Greetings YouTube and metal community, it's Roger back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about thrash metal and show some, well, some of them are known, but I think they need more attention than they have been given, and some might be quite unknown. In the background we are listening to this Colombian black and thrash metal, more thrash than black, but yeah, Dios Muerto is the title of this piece. It's kind of a, yeah, as I said, slightly blackened, but also kind of have a occult feeling to it, I guess. I really enjoy this. I don't know if it's easy to get hold of, but yeah, Acutor, Dios Muerto. I will link it up below if there is, I guess it's on YouTube at least. Then I'm gonna talk about Demolition Hammer. I mean, these are pretty well known. They play like I think it's a US band, and they play more of a Sepultura, Beneath the Remains. This album is their first one from 1990. This is obviously a reissue from 2008. Has more of a, the guitar tone of Malevolent Creation on Ten Commandment is pretty similar to what they have here, but the rest of it is, thrash metal in the vein of Sepultura. So if you like Sepultura, do check Demolition Hammer out. And the same with this, is kind of more of the same, but not as good, but still a very strong release. This came out in '92, also a 2008 reissue. Then we're going over to the vinyl, and this band I've seen get more attention lately. This is Hypnosia. This is the reissue. I have it on original CD. Came out in 2000. I think this was reissued by Hammer Heart Records a couple of years ago. Very cool Swedish band this, and you can say it's kind of in a old Creator style, kind of in a way brutal thrash, but it's just an excellent piece, and I've seen everybody who discover it kick themselves for not checking it out when it came out. I was luckily one of those who did discover this band back in when it came out, and it's like 20 years ago this came out, and it's just a killer thrash album, as you can see on the cover. It is a great thrash cover. So if you haven't heard this one and you're into thrash in the more old Creator style, and that you should have this in your collection, because it's just excellent stuff. And the reason why I put out this video, I can pull out those records, was I was listening to some thrash metal here the other day, and got to think about Hexenhaus from Sweden. So I pulled out 2 records by them. Tribute to Insanity from I would say 88. Yeah, and this one, The Edge of Eternity, that came out in, I think, 1990. Hexenhouse was a Swedish band. I don't know if they're still existing. This is pure thrash vocals, great album. I haven't seen many people talk about this one. That might be I don't look at the right channels, but this is a great thrash album. And one thing about Hexenhaus, they change vocalists on all their records. New vocalist here, more of a melodic, slightly more towards power metal in a way. Still very thrashy, but the record after this that I don't recall the name of changed vocalist again, and they were even more into the power metal, I would say. But check out these two first Hexenhouse, because they are great thrash albums, especially the first one. It's a great thrash album. As I said, yeah, and you know, one of the guitar players here are Mike Weed, who are known for, you know, Merciful Fate, King Diamond, and stuff like that. In the same time I listened to those two, I pulled out two records from Paradox, Product of Imagination. This is also a 88 release, I do believe. No, 87. This is a German band. Great thrash metal band as well. They do evolve. They have a more, not the harshest vocal list, but it's very good. And I think this album is more known. It's the Heresey album from '89, I think. And yeah, also a great. You can say, if you take like Master of Puppets in the guitar tone and put on a vocals more towards Flotsam and Jetsam and Anthrax, you know, Joey Belladonna, more kind of those vocals on this project. But you know, Paradox is a great thrash, and they are still active as far as I know. I do believe they have released 4 or 5 albums after this one, but they had a break, a long break, 10 years break or something. You know, when I went through my vinyl collection now, I just discovered Ratos de Parâo from Brazil. This is just a fun thrash album, more in the vein of, you know, MOD and SOD. And yeah, it's just like more of the skate thrash sound. A fun one that I have totally forgotten about, but I will revisit it after I talked about it now. Then we are going to, this is kind of a borderlining thrash death metal technical from Chile Ripper, Experiment of Existence. This is just a excellent band. If you like the brutal technical thrash or borderlining to death metal, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this band, but this is killer stuff. You know, every single release of them are killer. So a great band. Then another much older release. This is obviously a reissue by Apostasy, Sunset of the End. I think this originally came out in '92, if I'm not mistaken. This is a double vinyl reissue by Dark Power Records. I do have this on tape and CD as well. Older releases than this, but I just wanted to have it on vinyl. So this is also a great thrash album in the, you know, you have the South American style, which is kind of a wilder. The vocalists are slightly all over the place with some high pitching, and but this is also a excellent thrash metal album. Not a band that I have seen a lot of people speak about. They are active and released They have released 1 full length and 2 EPs the last 4 years, which is also great, but they have kind of turned a little bit more towards the black metal now, but still that album is excellent thrash. Then we have EXE from US. I have kind of forgotten about this, but when I was looking through my vinyl I had to put it on, and yeah, some of the stuff is like Show No Mercy Slayer in a way, but they are very variated. Some parts here are pure heavy metal, but some very cool thrash songs on here, and kind of a unknown band, I would say. It's not a super release, but it's a solid release, and I did really enjoy playing this again, and totally forgot about this band, as I do with a lot of things. But when you're going through your collection, there will pop out some thrashures. Kind of a wordplay there, but yeah. Evildead, of course, known for a lot of people, but still a band that has not got enough attention in my opinion. This is US thrash, slightly toward the technical side, but a great thrash album. I mean, I really dig this album. This is the original 89 vinyl pressing, and yeah, I just check it out. It's US thrash, but it's quality stuff. They released a second album a couple of years later that was pretty good as well. I don't remember the title of that one, but yeah, if you're into thrash and haven't heard about this band, you go and check them out, because this is a great album. Then we are going to Finland. A.R.G, I don't know what that stands for, One World Without the End. This came out in 1991. I would say this is more a mid-paced creator style, slightly towards the death metal, but still a heavy thrash album. Great stuff. Really dig this album. Being like a kind of a thrasher for me, and you know, yeah, I say thrasher is done for treasure, so yeah, just a funny wordplay for me. So yeah, I love this album. So if you haven't heard A.R.G, do check this one out. I mean, the second album is pretty good as well, so give them some attention. Then we have another one. This is pretty known, I think. This is Hexx, Under the Spell. The band is known, but this is for me the album before this was pretty good as well, but this is the kind of the highlight. They turned death metal after this, which was not so good. I do believe they have resurfaced, but I haven't heard the new stuff. This is an original press. There's no inlay here. That might have been lost somewhere. 1986. More towards the metal church in a way. Mostly because of the vocals are more in that vein. But yeah, I really dig this album. Great piece. And also in the same vein, kind of the, you know, borderlining toward power thrash is, you know, Heretic. This is not very unknown, but I still think that a lot of people, yeah, Breaking Point is the title. A lot of people don't give this a chance. It's Mike Howie on vocals. He went on to Metal Church after this record. This came out in 88. So if you like Metal Church, I'm sure you will find this interesting, because it's a very good you know, power thrash album. And then finally, last but not least, it's a normal thing to say, I guess, this is also a reissue. Of course, Morbid Stained with Spectrum of Death. This is just a brutal, excellent thrash metal album. You can say it borderlines towards death metal as well. This is a High Roller reissue. You know, you get this every issue of High Rollers. High Roller Records in Germany releases or reissues a lot of great metal that has been out of press. So you know, they have done a lot of Protector and I guess Razor. So big poster here with the cover, but I'm not gonna pull it out. If you like, you know, the more early creator stuff, you know, the more brutal creator, this is something for you. Absolute excellent stuff. They did record a album in 92. This was from 90, and in 92 they recorded a album which I have on a bootleg CD, so I'm not gonna talk so much about it, but this is a split with the Spectrum of Death and Destruction System. This has been reissued on vinyl, but it's sold out on, or very expensive on Discogs and sorts. But it's a great album, and I hope that, you know, my High Roller Records or somebody will reissue, you know, the Destruction System, because it's also a great album. I hate bootlegs, so I don't play this very much, but yeah, I hope somebody reissue that on vinyl, because I want it. So that was all that I wanted to show today. It went a little bit faster than I was planning on, but I don't want to talk too much about them. You have to check them out yourself and find out what you like or not like. I just give you tips to stuff that I think are great. I will do more videos like this with, you know, thrash metal or death metal, black metal, whatever. This is one of the reasons why I started the channel, and it's kind of fun to go back and into the shelves and look what you have, and re-listening and revisiting a lot of cool stuff. I will continue linking up some what I call picks of the week, you know, link up 3 or 4 albums that I have listened to or are to be released, or might be an old one that I want people to listen to. I will put them at the top of the description as I did in my last video, and also I will, as always, link the stuff below. And yeah, be sure.